Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get underway.
No.
All right, hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Coming of Age, our minisodes.
Chapter 11.
Chapter 11, yeah, we're talking about Legion, Season 2, Chapter 11, another week. And we are the voices in your head. This is Chase Cummins.
And that is Alan Loosebrock.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I wonder if people are going to get confused. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because you've introduced us like that twice now.
Yeah, well, 3 or 4 times.
Has it
now.
been the first? Did we do it on the first episode? Yeah, I noticed it last week, but...
No, I don't know, but I think it's going to end up being how we introduce each other, but we're going to become associated
I thought it
with
was
the
an
wrong
accident
names.
last week, honestly.
I think it's how we've introduced ourselves like most of the show. You always introduce my name and I introduce your name.
Oh, I'm thinking about the vernacular of like, I'm like, this is Chase Cummins, and you're like, and that. So I'm both.
Yeah.
But it fits for this show.
It definitely fits for this show.
Fits for this show. That's good.
But at our regular show.
Regular programming. All right, guys, let's jump right
into the new one. We're not recapping the last one.
No, fuck it. Okay, so this episode starts off with another little John Hamm philosophy kind of thing that's crazy as fuck.
Fantastic.
And I don't know.
The spreading of an idea or of a disorder, a mental tic.
Yeah. Like a nervous tic, and like he relates it to like a yawn. Like why is a yawn contagious? Yeah,
and he also relates it to the dancing deaths in the medieval ages and like bursts of cultural laughing fits in different countries and stuff. I know the flashes, they do like flashes of pictures from
and then like being
things
on the TV screens and stuff with the cheerleaders just like rotating through all these crazy you're like, what the hell?
It's a series of crazy images. Images that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. It is like it was pretty horrifying. I love how this show is the perfect amount of like, it's like horror, and then it's like, this episode is really funny as well.
Oh yeah, there's lots of humor.
Oh my god,
it goes
so horrifying.
It's horrifying but hilarious,
and I love it.
Yeah, me too. It also jumps into sci-fi a lot of times too.
Oh, absolutely.
It like dabbles into whatever. I guess you could describe sci-fi as like a tone. There's a tone to sci-fi movies, I think.
Yeah, that's where its roots are.
Kind of, yeah. I guess the X-Men are more of a science fiction superhero thing instead of a...
well, superheroes kind of are science fiction.
There's some fantasy involved, but yeah, there are a lot of science fiction. Yeah. Usually there's a scientific like accident or
exactly
something that helps create the hero with the extra normal powers. Yeah. So I guess that is sci-fi.
Yep.
Nice. Yep. I'm glad we defined this. Comic book nerds have turned this off.
They're like, what the fuck?
Watch them struggle to define science fiction.
Well, I guess it is science fiction.
All right. You're right. That is what science fiction is.
Moving on with my life. It's saying like what else in our society is a disorder is how it ends. That sequence is just like, what the fuck? Holy God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then
the fucking shoulder tick.
Yeah. And then we jump back in time, which you don't immediately know is back in time, to Amal Farouk with like 2 ladies. And he's clearly like having like some mind games going on. There's like cartoons playing in his glasses.
I need to rewatch that. I want to know, like, I want to pay more attention to what was happening in his glasses.
I'm assuming that he's like on the astral plane with Xavier at that point, because Xavier
battling.
They battle and he dies. His body dies at least.
Xavier's body or Amal?
No, Amal Farouk.
Yeah.
Amal Farouk's body he literally dies in that scene.
Yeah.
And then it goes to them putting him in the casket, and the monks taking him and putting him underground. And then it goes to the monks eating, and they like hear like thuds underneath, like where they put him.
But I think that sequence is a little later in the movie, where you hear the thuds.
No, that's right after.
That's right after.
That's right after, and then later on you see him like punching the casket,
and the monks are going crazy because they can't get away from the fucking drumming sound. I'm assuming that's what's going on.
No, I have a different theory on that actually.
Okay, cool.
I don't think that's
blow my mind.
I don't think that's Amal Farouk.
Oh, in the cat. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's.
Let's
okay.
hold up.
I'm so sorry.
Let's hold up. I mean, honestly, you could talk about this show however you want. Hopefully you're watching it if you're listening to this, but oh my God. Honestly, we could I don't know how to jump. There's so much shit.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens in this episode. There's a lot that happens in all of these episodes. It seems that if I remember correctly, the first season, it's like a lot of shit, but you can distill it down to kind of like one big thing happening.
Well, it's kind of revealing, like little by little, what is kind of going on, and you're like putting little pieces together. This, I don't know. It might be the same thing with this. I'm just so confused. I love it.
Yeah. I like being confused. Apparently.
Like episode 2 was like pretty straightforward. You're like, okay, I got it. This episode, you're like, wait, there's some questions again. Like,
I don't know
which
what's
is good.
happening.
I like questions.
Oh, me too.
I love them.
I feel like the thesis of this show is just like, it's going to be confusing and maddening. And then it ends and it's just like, oh, it's all about madness. It's just supposed to drive you crazy.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to drive you crazy.
It's supposed to drive me crazy.
Honestly, that's fucking awesome.
I know, it's great.
That's the coolest shit ever. I wanted this show to make you feel what the theme is.
Yeah. That's a very good job if you can do that.
Yeah, for sure. And especially if it's insanity.
Yeah.
It's your theme.
Yeah, and inducing insanity onto someone.
So talking about like delusion again, we see the physical embodiment of delusion crawling into Patanomy.
Yeah, while he sleeps, and then
and I'm like, is that thing a real thing? Like it's
yeah. So you have to ask the question: in what I'm watching, is what I'm watching real or a dream? And you never,
or even metaphorical.
Yeah, is it a metaphor for something else that's happening? Because this show does all three, and it doesn't really hold your hand. But so, on a metaphorical sense, I feel like we've seen this delusion bug in Sid's room. We've seen the trail of it in Sid's room. In Melanie's, is that?
Yeah,
in Melanie's room, I believe. We've seen it go under David's bed, go towards the bed in the first episode, and now we've seen it crawl into Patonomy's ear. It starts with David, and it starts to move through all of them. And I'm wondering if, following the John Hamm monologue being about the spreading of these mass hysterias, if that's metaphorically what they're trying to say, is that whatever David's delusion is, it's now starting to spread to the others.
Yeah, exactly.
But then what is it?
Yeah,
is
but
it the future?
I think you're right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like they're saying to me. It's yeah.
They could throw you for a fucking loop too, but I think that's exactly where they want your head right now.
Yeah, that's at least what they want us to be thinking right at this moment.
And that's crazy. So he gets put into one of the little.
Well, it cuts from it going into his ear, and then it just cuts, and he's like waking up, and he's like coming to almost in the hallway. And then it establishes pretty much right away that is reality. Him just being in the hallway. And he wasn't in the bed.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, I don't know if what I just watched was supposed to be in his head or not. So, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll find out later.
We'll find out.
I'm going to be rewatching this when the season's over.
So Carrie, the Carries are separated as well in this episode. Mm-hmm. And dude, Carrie's so fucking hilarious.
Which one?
Guy Carey,
Yeah.
is hilarious in this episode.
Oh.
He fucking kills it.
He shines.
He's so good. I love
the
him.
best.
But he's like teaching her like kind of how to like eat and like, or like telling her at least that she like has to eat. It's like that she now has like nutritional responsibility.
Yeah. She can't just get her nutrition from him.
Yeah.
It's hilarious though watching her try to figure out how to eat. Like I guess it was like a sushi. Or,
Yeah, she just scarfs it down. Is like, oh fuck,
and
gross.
drinks the cream soda.
Chugs the shit out of it. I assumed it was a beer at first. I was like, really? Like, I thought she was gonna drink a beer and be like, oh, like fuck this too.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be cream soda. And
Well, the way the glasses were positioned on the table looked like they were drinking whiskey or something. And then
Out of a bottle.
The way it was, yeah, it was the way it was poured and stuff, and the color. But then it was cream soda.
I would not think it would be whiskey.
No, that's why I was a little confused at first. I was like, it looks like whiskey because they were whiskey glasses, and
You're
it's
just
like a
an
whiskey
alcoholic.
I don't drink.
I've been drinking
Weeks.
a week.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I lost 10 pounds.
So, also, okay, let's jump into this scene. Kitty prowling around. Sid is inside the cat and kind of communicating with David as well. They're looking for the monk.
That's an awesome sequence.
Yeah, it's awesome as hell. So, all the kids start running to the like chattering room. I don't even know what to call it. It's like it's six. I guess
it's room
it's
six.
6 or 9.
Yeah.
They show both.
Yeah. It's either one of those, or it's just the chattering room. I like that, the chattering room.
Yeah, it's the chattering room.
It's the chattering
Go
room.
there and chatter.
Just all the people chattering.
But there's a red handprint on the
window.
glass. Yeah, the window. And then they're like, secure the room. Fucking, I don't understand who the fuck was in there.
Oh, I think it was supposed to be the monk,
Yeah.
and then he broke out,
Okay.
and then he infected the base. But then that makes me wonder, how was he infecting people? But then
Because also at the end, it doesn't seem like he's the one who's infecting people, because he's like showing David inside of his mind, like his memories of
of
like
the monastery, and
Yeah,
everybody going crazy,
exactly like in Amal Farouk's body trying to like get out.
or what we think is Amal Farouk's body.
I honestly do think it's Amal Farouk's body in there.
Yeah,
I think that the sound at the end of the episode that the monk is hearing is the like real threat that's doing the chattering stuff.
yeah.
But I don't know how it's like moving through the monk and like infecting Division 3.
I don't understand
Like,
that. Yeah,
I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I don't know how Division 3 got infected with whatever this chattering thing is, when it's been implied that Amal Farouk's body is causing this with the monks, but they're chattering and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he leaves, and then now he's in Division 3, and people are getting the chattering disease as he fucking Pied Pipers his way, which they make a joke of in the show, with all the kids following him and stuff, and he's singing that tune. And then they're on the roof, and he's showing David his memories, and then there's suicide, and I don't know what happened. I was like very confused as to what the threat was and what was causing this plague of
the monk
area.
the monk and the chattering are what got me in a pickle right now.
Yeah.
Everything else I think I've got. But that I'm just like I don't know about this right now.
I'm with you on that. I don't know what's going on there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's weird. So okay. David's just like, okay, stop. I can't remember who he's talking to. I think he's talking to Carrie and Autonomy.
Yeah.
Or something. They're just like, David. And he's like, all right, give me a second. And he just goes.
Yeah.
And he goes, and Lenny's there. He like goes to the astral plane to find Farouk. And then Lenny's there being amazing.
Aubrey Plaza is
being the best. And you like see her so desperate now, and she's doing just as amazing as when she was like the conniving,
Yeah.
fucking crazy person. She just plays crazy so well, and she she's desperate, but she's still like doing these little smiles and shit, and it's just so good. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I can't get enough of her.
I know. Like her like begging and pleading for him, and the way she's like trying to be sexy, but then she's just like begging for drugs, and then she's begging for help, and then she's like, should I like, it's almost like she's trying to seduce him and then just like backing off, and then like going back, like just desperation. I don't know, the way she plays it is it like fucks with me a little bit, and it's awesome, but it's awesome. Yeah.
She literally has like on chalk written exit and then an arrow when you first see her.
Yeah.
And he's like, does that work? He's like, no, nothing works. But you got to try, don't you?
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
But I want to know, is she actually Lenny from the mind of like, from the person who got killed, or is she like some weird
Mixture.
of like Amal Farouk mixed with David?
Yeah.
And now it's like this its own thing,
But it's
not.
it's almost like I feel like it is still Lenny, but Lenny was changed so much by being taken over by Amal Farouk, and also like
Being
having that
absorbed by.
power as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that would change it.
Yeah,
Anyways, but
seems
maybe not, you know?
It seems like she only has the power when he's using her image, when he's
Oh,
using
absolutely.
her-
Yeah.
In-
She's just a shell.
Yeah. But then she has a consciousness inside this with
Exactly.
weird astral plane as well.
And that's something that we didn't see, so much or we just didn't.
We weren't ever we never saw Amal Farouk's point of view. We were always from the character
Lenny's,
looking into it. Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy though. I want to know if it's actually her, or if it's been if it's like a weird offshoot consciousness that doesn't actually exist or something.
Yeah. Which I can totally see that too.
Yeah.
It's just lingering around.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
It could be any of that. It's crazy though. You start to fucking. I love the monologue that Amal Farouk gives, where why shouldn't you feel pity for your enemies? Mm-hmm. And I love how they're like actually trying to get you to do that with him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
start to like really see things from his point of view.
Yeah, he's talking about how, like, Dan Stevens, David calls him a villain. He's like, villain? Like, do you even know what that means?
Yeah.
And he's like, that means peasant. Do you see, like, am I a peasant?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a peasant. Don't call me a peasant. Like,
I'm no
I was
villain.
a fucking king, and I was a good king.
Yeah.
And then your fucking dad came and fucked everything up, said I wasn't treating my people right.
And who the
stuff.
fuck is he to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this white man coming in, wrecking my shit?
And why does he know better?
Yeah. And he starts talking about how David's like, you like fucking were in my head all along. You've been like fucking people up. And he's like, he says, I'll always choose life over death. I'll always choose life.
If given a choice between life or death, I'll always choose life.
Yeah. So he's being kind of a parasite, but like he's doing it.
Only because he wants to survive. At least the way from his point of view.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like he makes a good point.
Yeah.
He makes a great point. And then that's why like that I choose lifeline. Lifeline. That line. It makes me think that he's not as bad as we think. I don't know. He's manipulative as fuck.
He's definitely manipulative, and he definitely will kill people.
Yes, but then he says like he's talking about how he's not really the threat. Like I don't know why you have all this information. I don't know why you are coming after me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that like that weird noise at the end, it's like horns, crazy, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's something else,
Yeah.
and that's what's this huge threat, this other thing, which we don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Is future David or just something completely different?
So he's gonna have to fight himself, and I think it's gonna be something completely different.
Yeah.
At least at first.
Something completely different with David.
Yeah.
Like David's there too.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, the way Amal Farouk was talking about how if he's actively working with his with Sid to erase her timeline and effectively help her commit suicide.
Yeah.
Which is a fucked up way to think about it. But it seemed to me that like by him bringing that up and like pulling on the string with David of like what you're doing is going to lead to the end of your relationship with Sid or like to Sid's death. I feel like that might be a little foreshadowing. That like, and maybe that's going to be a turning point for David in a negative way.
In a negative way, yeah. Maybe I don't see her leaving the show.
I don't see her leaving the show, but they found a way to keep Lenny around after she died.
Yeah, it's very true. You just absorb her.
Yeah, she becomes like this weird mix between like she becomes evil or something, and like but she only exists on the astral plane or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they could do anything to keep that actress on the show.
It's true. And I think they will. I think
I'm not saying
she's very important.
Yeah. She's important to the show for sure. Mm-hmm. She helps make.
I feel like I don't even know. I can't just keep on talking about shit that's not happening that we just.
But it's like.
But yeah, I know. Yeah. Just for right now. It's like let's talk about real things that happen in the show.
Okay.
Oh, another thing that he says that I thought was funny is like, when the monk's secure, I'll call you. Like, I was like, call you? Like, that's how you're going to put it?
Yeah, it's a funny way to phrase it.
Yeah, I thought that was very funny.
But that's where the humor
I don't think it was meant to be like a joke, though.
No. It's just supposed to be him being casual about it, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, my God. There's just... So there's really weird stuff going on with the monk being like I think it's David is back and he's looking around, and Carrie, when do they like do that weird shit where everyone starts chattering. Ptonomy is chattering. Okay, so yeah, Carrie is chattering.
When David gets back from talking to Farouk, there's like a crisis going on now, and it's the monks escaped and he's fucking shit up, right? Mm-hmm. So he finds Carrie, I think originally, and Carrie's fine.
Yeah.
The man Carrie.
Yeah, because he sprays him in the face.
Yeah, and that's how in the dining room. And then they go looking for everyone else, and they end up finding Ptonomy. And then that's when we go into his maze, when David takes him into his head, and that fucking shit was crazy.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
And I loved that. Everything that Carrie had to say inside of there, like, and how poetic he thought it was, like that he just wants to forget because he remembers everything.
So he just is sitting there clipping a rose, and by the time he's clipped the rose, he's forgotten what he's doing. But he sees the basket of roses he's making and remembers, or just assumes, oh, I'm supposed to be here clipping a rose.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
That was really great. But then they fucking, finger light E.T. his head and snap out of it. They all are back in Division 3.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, what was that like? Do you remember anything? And he's like, no, I don't remember anything. And laughs.
He's so
and
happy
he's
about it.
Yes. And that was a great, just closer for that. That was just nice.
Nice. Yeah. He got one moment he doesn't have to remember.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Because he doesn't remember. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. You feel it.
I love it.
You feel it. You're
it's just smart.
Yeah. Oh, it's so smart.
It's smart as fuck. So then they find Melanie,
dude,
and she's chattering,
and they carry her to Carrie's lab.
Yeah, and that scene is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Oh my God. First of all, before we jump into that scene, we have to mention that they keep seeing a cow.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to mean, other than maybe the monk is Hindu and cows are sacred.
It's like a dairy cow.
Yeah. It's not the same kind of cow.
No, I don't think you'd see that kind of cow hanging around.
Yeah.
Monk's temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to mean something, but I don't know if it's going to be explained later or if it's
a metaphor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I took it as just humor.
It was definitely funny.
This time around, yeah, it was pretty good.
Definitely funny. But yeah, Then they take Melanie to the lab and they jump into her.
They jump into her mind, and it's all just dark. And
Autonomy says, "Was mine
like this?"
Yeah.
It says,
"No, yours was a." What did he say? Yours was a bunch of. Yours was a garden. Yeah, and then David's like,
"Oh yeah."
He goes, "No, you were in a garden, and you were in a really sharp suit."
Really sharp suit.
The suit was awesome.
It was really great. That was so awesome. I love that. But then it's like turns into this game, like one of those internet games, like where you're like kind of choose your own kind of. You just look around rooms and stuff, and it's the maze. They're like, you are in the maze. It's fucking scary.
Oh, it's terrifying because they're in a black void with big letters.
It's so fucking scary.
And then the Minotaur.
Yes. That's nuts.
Yeah.
They're like trying to get out of there. Minotaur. It's like Minotaur will get you. It's like scrolling across.
It like circles around them.
And I was wondering if they were going to bring that back or just kind of do it as like a delusion kind of thing. I don't know. Like that Minotaur is awesome.
Yeah, whatever it actually is. Because they see it and it's the thing from the first episode.
Yeah.
The like monster thing in the dog wheelchair.
Yeah,
which they make
that's
a
what he
fucking joke
mentions.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing in the dog wheelchair? I have no idea.
Why was it in a dog wheelchair? I have no clue.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
But then David gets this idea to like write a story about like it's about these like dreams
It's like
that people have and like a relationship and how one dream takes over the other, but like you forget that other people have their own dreams. My dream is to be carefree, and he like writes this whole story, and then it like ends with like, well, I guess that didn't work.
Yeah,
Try something else. He's like, that was nice, but
yeah, maybe we should do something a little more productive.
and then she shows up. Melanie shows up, and
Yeah.
she's like, let's just get the fuck out of here, like kind of thing.
They like got to her. He reasoned with her somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by typing that. Yeah, that was great.
It was so good.
That was great. And then they wake her up, and then he's immediately like, "Oh God, we gotta split up. It's time to split up. We gotta find Sid." Oh, because the flashes with Sid drawing the letters.
Yes, yeah. So throughout the episode,
Yeah.
he's been, future Sid has been communicating with him and writing a letter each time.
In a
like
flash of her.
in a little flash.
Yeah.
And eventually see it says hurry, which is fucking awesome and scary as shit
Yeah.
again.
As soon as she gets sucked into some like
Little
like
black
gravel-
sand pit.
Yeah.
Like
She's obviously in danger.
oh, also when they're in there, he like tries to use his powers. When they're in Melanie's brain or mind maze. He like tries to just like fucking Kamehameha like out of there or some shit.
He does that like almost like
I
creating a
love
sun.
how much more like he's doing power shit. It's
I
so
hope-
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I hope he does a lot more.
He's just going for it now. Like he's just like, all right, I'm going in the future. Like
Yeah.
it's just like, yes.
Fuck yeah.
It's so easy.
I'm creating shit. I can't wait till he starts like changing reality and stuff because I know it's gonna get to him like manipulating shit. You know what I mean? Like reality and people's perceptions.
Shows like I wonder how many seasons of this show are actually going to make it out and like how much of a bookend they're going to have like when the show actually ends. Hopefully they do. Like they have like something like where David was like fucking everyone the whole time.
Or something happens.
Like you can watch past episodes and be like, oh my God, he was behind it all. Holy shit.
It starts season like 4 and they're just back in Summerland from season 1 and it was just like all part of one like memory sequence and he's just like,
Oh my God.
gotcha.
He's so fucking insane.
Then the show actually starts.
Yeah. We're just getting started.
Season 8, we're just getting started.
So good. I don't think I want a cow in my lab line.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He kills it in this episode.
So
Everything
good.
he says
He's so funny. He was my favorite part about this episode.
Yeah, and they all seem like kind of like improv lines. Like how he says that, I don't know, maybe his delivery is just really spot on. He is
I think his delivery is just super
comedic performer.
He's like a master clown.
That's crazy. I've not looked into any of that.
I need to look more into it.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I can't. I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
I feel like I just took acid. I can't talk.
I don't remember anything. Nah, I want to watch more of his stuff. I'm probably gonna go seek out some of his movies if he's been in movies. And
so he finds the girl Carrie, and she's chattering, and he is so fucking bummed.
Yeah.
And he says fudge, and I really wish that he would have said something else. Yeah. Honestly, and
but it fits his character to say fudge. He's like kind of wholesome.
I know, but I think it would have been more. Really would have rang true if he would have just kind of had a break.
Yeah.
Fudge is not good enough for me for how drastic, like, I don't know how much he actually cares. I think fudge doesn't do it for me, but it's okay. I'm willing to forgive it.
Okay. It didn't bother me at all. I didn't think about it.
I was like, fudge, god damn it, come on.
Why can't they just say fuck?
Or just let out a big shit.
Oh, shit.
Shit!
Shit! Shit's inherently funny, though.
Baby.
Oh, shit, baby.
Yeah, I don't think shit would be good either, honestly. I'm just saying. I don't know.
But,
something else.
But what happens after that's fucking crazy, and I really hope he's still around.
I know. He's trying to like meld back with her, and then he just says like, okay, and like puts his head up to her and just like,
he's like, I'm
disappears.
Sorry. Yeah, he just fades away.
And it's like, wait, that didn't look like they melded. That looked like he's gone.
Yeah, that looked like he faded, like he got erased from the future or the past or something.
Do you like do you sacrifice himself somehow, like doing something?
I don't know. I wanted to. I better not be gone. He's one of my favorites.
I know. I love him so much. He ended with a bang. If he is gone.
Yeah, true. They gave him a good send off, but I really hope he's.
Hell no.
Yeah.
He is fucking gonna be in this show.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I hope
I'm
so.
scared.
I believe that good shows like this sometimes will pull like they'll get rid of major characters because the plot may require it. And
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
like I trust them, but I'm like bummed a little bit.
Lenny again. I have to talk about Lenny again. When she's talking about how like she's like, I pulled out on my hair. I did it a couple days. It was yesterday. It all grew back.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god.
That was terrifying. Honestly.
And then she puts the gun up to her head when Amal and David are talking, and shoots herself, and just bubbles come out the other side of her head.
Yeah, and she falls like, and it feels like the camera's in the pool, like, but she's just her falling. I don't know.
It was so great.
Awesome.
I love her.
You feel so bad for her.
So David gets shot by the kids.
Yeah,
And
he gets,
that's
like, stunned.
That's when the monk like brings him to the chattering room, and then he like shows him inside of his.
He starts whispering
memories.
to him, and then they're inside of his memories, and then it kind of does some weird transition from that into them being on top of the skyscraper. So I don't know what was going on with that, because it was like floor, memories, skyscraper.
I think it was. I don't know. It seemed like David like was bringing him to the skyscraper or something. I can't tell if that's on the astral plane or what.
And I don't think it was, because he kills himself in front of the facility.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I feel like he teleported. I forget that David can teleport.
Yeah, that's true. You're just like, is this a flashback? Is this a metaphor scene? No,
Did he teleport? I don't fucking know what's going on.
Need to watch this episode again.
I'm going to. I'm going to rewatch it with Jordan.
I am too.
Right
After you guys watch it. And then you leave the room and me and Jordan will watch it again.
So you see it twice and I see it twice and she sees it twice.
Perfect.
But we don't watch it together.
No. Not at all. I'll wait in here alone.
Yeah. Read your phone.
Oh, God.
Oh, but yeah, so when he shows him the flashback, or from his point of view of being in the monastery, that's when we see all the madness and the chaos and stuff.
And the suicide, like the monks hanging themselves.
Just like going into laughing fits and then chattering as well.
And
you just the whole time you hear that dun, dun.
Amal Farouk's body trying to get out, and it's like it. So he doesn't know where Amal Farouk's body is. So I'm assuming that memory at that time, Amal Farouk's body is now no longer there.
I think it's there because then when Sid in the future was like, you kill him in about a week in the desert, and then it's like all of this happens, and then he ends up in the desert, and that's where he kills Amal Farouk, where he destroys his body. Right
I
there.
suppose so.
And that's what that's the moment that she's referencing. So there's going to be like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be next episode from the flash forward. Or from not the flash forward, but the scenes from the next episode. But eventually, I think that they're going to end up at the desert.
I'm just wondering how far that was supposed to be back. Like, if that was like a memory from the monks,
I think so. I think that was like his memories leading up to him leaving the monastery.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. It's a lot of crazy stuff because then the chattering thing is like its own shit. Because is it Amal Farouk?
Yeah,
is
you're
it
like,
the monk? Is it another
no,
force
it's
entirely?
not. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's him. Oh no, it's him. Oh no.
It's something else?
Is it? I don't.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Somebody hold my hand.
I need help.
So then it's like we see the Vermilion and Admiral Fukuyama all kind of like fucked up and on the ground and stuff, and Admiral Fukuyama's like twitching and stuff, and you see like little like spark plugs up on the monk's head.
Yeah.
He's like on the ceiling. I'm like, what is this fucking Spider-Man? Like, what the
He's like
hell
in
is
the
he
corner,
doing?
and he's got the things plugged in.
Creepy bastard. Also, his voice.
Oh, when they finally start talking,
Perfect.
oh my god.
Oh, so deep and
Beautiful. Yeah.
I loved it. It was so good.
He seemed so confused when David started telling him about the future. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It grabs him.
He's like, no, listen.
But they're saying that he's looking for Amal Farouk's body.
Yeah.
So he doesn't fucking know where it is.
Well, he knows it's at the monastery, but he won't tell them. He keeps asking him, where's Amal Farouk's body? He's like, I won't tell you. You have to destroy it. But then he shows him where it is.
Yeah.
So,
But they say in that scene though, it's like he's looking for it now. Like through Fukuyama's little fucking spark plug things.
Looking for the weapon.
Oh, he's looking for the
weapon.
weapon. Yes. And they're
looking for
like,
the
David's the weapon.
Yeah, and that's right before David walked into the room, and he walked in, and he was like, "We found it." Well, the one or Vermilion and Admiral Fukuyama were like saying that they tried to build the weapon, but then they lost. Like one thing happened, then another thing happened, and they never got around to building it. And the monk's just like, "You're lying. You have a weapon. You have the weapon." I guess it's David, or that's at least what Melanie says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
It seems like David's a weapon of some kind.
Yeah, for sure.
He's the most powerful mutant in the world.
And oh my god, I feel like I had a good grasp on this when I watched it, and now like talking about it has confused me more than when I was
We've gone through most of it and tried to interpret what it means.
exactly, which
And I think I have a pretty clear idea of what we're supposed to know. And then I think we have a pretty clear idea of what we're not supposed to know, and that's why we're asking questions about it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think we're on the page of where we're supposed to be in the show.
very good. Yeah, god damn it, it's so great. So they find at the very end, they find fucking Sid. He finds Sid.
Yeah.
David.
Chattering.
And she's chattering. And my god.
Then he goes into her brain.
Goes in her brain.
And it's like a snowstorm, and it looks like there's like a cabin in the back, and he's fighting his way through the snow. And then it cuts to the fucking credits.
which is great.
It was great. It was sudden.
You don't expect it. You're like, all right, now we're in her brain. cool scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. It looks like we're about to get a whole cool episode, though. Like, whatever happens in our head is going
Fuck
to be a
yeah,
cool
every episode. It's
Yeah, well,
like the
yeah.
coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
You're just like,
It's a treat.
oh, yes.
It's a visual masterpiece.
Dude, it really is. Those camera movements, seriously, like in that Farouk
I know when he's...
conversation.
And it's just moving. It's like moving forward and to the side, back and forth, like rocking. On
It's
both
so
David and
crazy.
him. It's nuts.
Makes you feel a certain way that I can't describe.
It's uncomfortable. It makes
It's
you feel
very
this
uncomfortable.
unease. Yeah, and it's like it's got kinetic energy to it, so you feel this movement. Like you feel it. You feel uneasy and you feel movement. So you're like
It's very intense.
it's like almost hyper feeling. It's very intense.
Also, while he's like spilling the beans on some crazy shit, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh God! It keeps you on the edge of your seat, though. It like
Exactly.
builds that anticipation, and then like kind of rewards you with something for somewhere for your energy to go, so to speak.
Yeah. Dude, he is so fucking cool.
I love him all, Farouk. That actor is playing him so well.
Right? Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know, but he's so fascinating in this.
Yeah, we gotta find out who that motherfucker is.
Yeah, I bet he's in other stuff.
Absolutely, he has to be.
I'm sure he is.
He is so much stuff. He better be fucking cool.
I'm sure he is. I hope so.
All right, guys. I hope that you know more about this show than us.
Yeah, we might have confused you. You might think we're really stupid after this. Please don't stop.
Are these
listening.
guys qualified to do this show?
What makes them so qualified for this?
We're like just asking shit. What is that in the comics? I don't know. Nah, fuck it.
I don't need to know any of that. I'm just looking at what's right in front of my face.
I read the book.
I didn't read any books. You prepared?
No. Wouldn't that be something?
No.
Reading this?
This show wouldn't be what it is if we'd start preparing now.
Fuck no. No. There's no preparing either.
No.
Literally, you just talk about it at the end. That's the preparation. You have to
Yeah.
watch everything.
You just have to watch the whole episode.
The whole season.
Yeah.
You have to watch the whole fucking thing before you're going to get it, I feel like.
Yeah. We're going to have to do like an after the season show where we both rewatched it in full.
Oh my God.
Just do one episode where we're like,
Just fucking binge it on the
this is
last.
yeah.
Like after it's all out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm watching all 10 episodes today. And then we're recording a
podcast.
10-hour podcast.
It's going to be a 20-hour day. Let's do this.
Got it. Capri Sun, Mountain Dew, Yoo-hoo, just drinks like everywhere.
My piss is going to be nuclear at the end of this marathon.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I know. It's live. It's going out live. I'm
We're gonna
pissing.
Put it on Twitch. We'll stream it every minute we watch the show.
Recording on the toilet.
Yeah. Our shits will be on this.
It's good.
Yeah. It's going to be the best episode.
Wireless mics. Go back to the shitty episodes.
If you want to listen to what a wireless mic episode sounds like, check out Castle Freak.
Today on iTunes.
Available now.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Okay. We love you guys. Follow us on stuff. You can find it, okay?
Follow us on all the things. At Coming of Age Pod or at Coming of Age Pod _ Figure it out.
Yeah, it's on one of those. You can find it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Hope you love Legion.
Yeah, we hope you love Legion as much as we do.
Bye-bye.
Bye.